Hi guys, this is Doriakita. I'm just going to share with you really kind of cool how it came out. I'm going to show you the deck that I'm using. It's called Easy Tarot. Learn to read the cards once and for all. It's pretty cool. I don't do this a lot. I'm really interested in it, but I haven't been using my cards at all. So I'm just going to try to intuitively do this as best as I can. Sorry for the movement of the camera. I'm doing this on my tablet, so just bear with me. So we're gonna get started. The first card in my spread is my current situation, and my current situation really does happen to be with an air sign. So if we know anything about the tarot cards, we know that the swords represent the air, the element of air. So this is pretty cool. So this card may appear to seem, you can't really see it. Sorry about that. But this is a Five of Swords. If you want to go look it up and Google it. So the Five of Swords, it appears as if this guy is in a position of victory, or he has won this battle that clearly took place. But he's actually not. If you see his facial expression, he's not happy. He looks like he's kind of like distraught a little bit. But this current card for me represents a battle inside of me, going back and forth in a situation with an air sign. Okay, and sometimes I feel like I won the battle. Sometimes I feel like I don't. It's just like a back and forth type of thing. So for me, that really hit home for me. And then we have the helpful or challenging energies, which came up as the Ten of Swords. Now, if we look at the deers coming to investigate why this guy is just laying there, then the swords are coming down. But what's beautiful all at the same time about this card is that the light that's coming from the swords is like a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, because the 10 represents, the ending of a phase, or ending of a situation, or ending of something. But with the light, it also reminds you that there's a new beginning waiting to take place. So once you end that cycle, there's a new beginning coming, which is like bittersweet because you're ending something. But then again, there's something better coming along. So that's how I took that. But it's still like a battle of, being with someone or being in a situation for so long, and then just to end it. There's still going to be some feelings there, so that's the thing that I'm like trapped in the trapped with. I feel like I want to move on, but then I feel like I don't. So like that's the battle that, that's there. But then we move down to the past issues, the basis of the situation, and we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups representing water, and water representing emotions. Water also can represent cleansing. But in this case, we have a Queen of Emotions, if you will, and which is pretty self-explanatory. She's very emotional. She's very detached, very aloof sometimes. Sometimes not even in the present moment, looking off to the side. But she is a woman that does not want the conflict. She doesn't want the drama. She doesn't want any of that. And so, in the basis of the situation with the air sign, it's been that way. It's been full of, obstacles, drama, so on and so forth. And so that's been the basis of this situation. It's been conflict. And so in the position that I am now, I don't want the conflict. My emotions were the reason for all the conflict. So as I'm growing and going on in my spiritual journey, I'm learning how to balance out my emotions and make sure I'm not, you know, causing so much conflict and things like that. But, you know, that's an emotional card, and that's been the basis of this fire versus air situation. And then we move on to card 4, which is immediate past. So what is behind me? And then this card is the 5 of Pentacles. And Pentacles represents the earth element, but it also kind of represents success and money and things of that nature. So what's behind me is feeling very fulfilled financially and materially, as well as, you know, spiritually and stuff. But this is the earth call. It's the earth card. So when it comes to that, I've been feeling and I have felt very unstable, uncertain, very worried, confused, trying to seek restoration in the church, and things like that. But now I'm kind of moving in a new direction. But this is actually behind me. I'm not running to the church for my answers. I'm not running to basically anybody for answers. I'm going within myself now. So with that, that's in my past. So thank God for that. Okay, so when we move on to the card position number 5, these are my thoughts regarding the situation. And so the situation is the whole thing with the air sign, not wanting conflict and wanting to make sure that the insecurity, uncertainty, and everything is in my past. And then we have my thoughts concerning the situation. And I really do feel like there is this level of deceit going on, but it's in my mind. I feel like I'm trapped here with this, and I don't want to deal with the confrontation or the emotional confrontation that's going to come along with letting this situation go. You understand? Inside of me, there's going to be so much emotional stuff going on. So I feel as if this card represents entrapment. It represents the illusion of things. And so I have placed myself in a position of feeling as if I'm trapped here and in my emotions when I'm actually not. I have control over that, and we'll see that as we progress on in the reading. And so ultimately, this is what my future will bring, or what's going to happen, and this is beautiful. Once I get out of the situation, I let go of my limiting thoughts and beliefs that I can't get out of this situation, that I can't deal with my emotions. Then there's this, the 4 of Wands. Now, Wands represents the fire element, okay? And so I'm a fire sign. So for me, this means that, you know, the foundation, 4 is foundation. You see how they have a solid foundation firmly planted in the ground. It's a family. They're looking at each other. This card represents celebration. It represents rest. It represents, you know, paying attention to your family and things like that. So once I'm able to let go of the illusions of being trapped and not wanting to deal with my emotions and feelings of uncertainty and, you know, all that in my finances, once I'm able to get over all of that, I can move on to my future. And that's a solid foundation, a solid family, a solid life. Okay? And then, but we come to my fears, emotional concerns regarding the situation. So this is the current situation. Remember, we're dealing with this air sign here. And so my fears is that, you know, the Chariot, while it looks like I have, you know, everything going on, I got people driving me somewhere, you know, like whatever, it looks all nice, but if you look at her face, she's very preoccupied with whatever else is going on. She has a lot going on in her mind, and even with the Chariot, she has no driving gear. So she, in these things right here, I mean, you know, she's not going anywhere. She's not progressing. So my fear regarding the situation is that while I am stuck here in this situation, I'm not moving forward. Okay, I'm not progressing. I'm so preoccupied with everything else that's going on in my mind, and so there's no growth. So that is my fear. Okay, then we move to the card position 8, which is environmental factors, how others see you. And this card I got the Emperor, and it's so interesting. This is also a masculine card, just like the fire element. So we see that he's well put together. The zodiac behind him, meaning that he's knowledgeable in the aspect of the cosmos. There's a hand pointing to the earth, to the heavens, and then one to the earth. A balance between the two. He can use his heavenly knowledge to get things done on the earth. I mean, this is exactly what I try to give off, because this is actually what I want to be. You understand? Like, I want to be wise in the things of the spirit to get things done in the natural. And so this is just basically how people see me, which is cool. And then we have card position number 9, my hopes. What do you really wish for? What I really wish for, boom, the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles representing the material, financial, monetary success. And so that's exactly what I want. I want to be successful in my life moving forward for the stability of my family and building a foundation and everything like that. And so we move on to card number 10, the answer to your question. So with this one, I feel it's the Page of Wands, which is a fire sign. The wands represent the fire. I am a fire sign. I'm a Leo. I'm actually all 3 fire signs. Moon sign is Sagittarius. My rising sign is Aries, and my sun sign is a Leo. So getting to know me is the answer to all of this. Getting back to my youthfulness, back to my cheerfulness, back to my happy place, back to those ideas and the essence of who I am or who I always been. Is what that card is telling me. That's the answer to all of this. Getting back to myself, getting that fire back. And so we have cards 11, 12, 13, and 14, which are the cards that pretty much shed light on things that were probably unclear in the reading. So we have the 10 of Wands, which I told you guys, the wands represent the element of fire, and I am a fire sign. So I'm going to place this with another card that I really feel like goes with this one. And for me, it was the outcome, the Page of Wands. So I place it here. So the 10 of Wands, and it can go with the outcome. Like, don't get overwhelmed with trying to go back into your past and relive those wild and crazy days trying to remember yourself. And it can also go here to the building of the family in the future. Don't get overwhelmed and go crazy trying to build the foundation of the family and things like that, because whatever is ending, because remember 10 represents the end of something, but it also gives you the hope that and the realization that something new is coming. So for me, it is, just a card of well, not warning like in a bad way, but just saying, what, hey, when you're trying to find yourself, the answers to your questions or whatever, don't get so boggled down, don't get carried away, don't carry too much. And when you're trying to build your family for the future, don't get carried away with all the tasks that goes along with building a foundation. So for me, that's dope. Like, that's it right there. So we have the 6 of Pentacles in the card position number 12. The 6 of Pentacles. And remember, Pentacles represents success, money, whatever. So for what I really wish for, the Ace of Pentacles, I want ultimate success. But guess what? And this is true as well. I'm getting a bonus. And this check that's coming on Friday, today is Wednesday. So the Six of Pentacles just says that, your hard work is paying off, the work that you put in. There's an increase coming. There's possibly an inheritance or something like that. But for me, right now, it is the fact that I've reached my 90-day mark at work. And so I'm getting a bonus in my check, in my paycheck, which is awesome because I have plans for that money. Okay, so card position number 13 was the Ace of Swords, which is the elements of air. Now, this is amazing because let me tell you, remember I told you guys I'm in a situation with an air sign. It feels kind of like a battle zone. If I feel trapped, not wanting to let go, but I really do know that in letting go, there's better in my future if I do. But guess what? This card came to sum it up. The Ace of Swords is a triumph card. It says you have victory over whatever situation. Isn't that freaking amazing? So that card came to remind me that, listen, this is an illusion. This situation is not real. It's all in your mind. This is what you're doing to yourself. You can easily get out if you want to. But guess what? It just reminds me that as soon as you let it go, you'll be fine. And then when I thought it was over, this card, my card number 14, is strength. And I say that's amazing because through all of this, it's going to take me, some strength and courage, fearlessness, to transcend this illusional or delusional, dysfunctional situation. I have to go through my emotions and not be scared to face them. Any confrontation that comes along, even if it's inside of myself, and stop letting these thoughts about the situation keep me stuck, so that I can move forward. So with this reading, it's a beautiful reading, honestly. I'm going to have victory over this situation. And I have a strength that I never thought I had. I have a reserve of strength that's going to show itself once I'm able to let go of the situation. And look, we have the Lion, which is the masculine energy, and then we have the female, which is the feminine energy as well. And they're both in this card, and they both represent strength, and they both represent me. And so I felt led today to do this card reading for myself, and it really helped me. It really inspired me, and it really gave me some strength that I thought I lost. So thank you for tuning in. This is Zuri Akita. Leave me your messages, comments below the video. I really would appreciate them. I'm going to do more. This is pretty cool. So I'll do more. But thank you for watching.